Hello there, and welcome back to War Thunder. Today I wanna play the M4A4 first PTG, and that is the Chinese 3.7 TG Premium tank. And it is obviously more or less like a Sherman, and it has a funny paint job at the front. The question is this tank probably worth it if you don't wanna go for the T62 as a premium, because the M4A4 is cheaper, significantly cheaper, and it gives you the entry already into the tech tree. So with that in mind, what do I do in this game? Well, actually I activated a 300% RP bonus. We will come to this back in just a moment, as well as the overall reward at the end of the game, because it is quite unusual, let's put it that way, and it is differently than you would expect. I will explain this to you later on. So my plan is to use here the road to get the maximum speed out of the tank, and to flank A, to get into A and capture it. So because it, you know, that gives quite a few RP, and capping wins games, but capping is also very risky. So it's high risk, high reward, if you will. One cap is worth more than 2 kills, maybe even 3 kills. It's around 2.5 kills when we have to calculate with the silver lines, because Gaijin doesn't really tell us for what we get how many RP at the end of the game. Yes, sure, there is the in-game message, but I'm not quite sure how much it tells you. Now, I'm pretty blind today, but I know that somebody is in the cab with me, and hello there. Well, I might be blind, but this guy gave me first strike. Maybe he was tunnel visioning on one of my teammates, that's a good possibility. And I now want to get into this corner because it gives me good cover, hard cover, and it's rather unlikely that from the back I get shot. So I can concentrate here on one area. But I get instead indeed shot into the back of the turret, and this tank has a few problems turning around. Now, I hope that this guy would fluff his shot, and then an artillery strike comes in, blinds him, forces him to get out there, and I get quite a nice chunk of RP. So where is this guy? I didn't see him, and before I can make any of the situation, well, I have to say that I tried to get crew back, and I didn't see him up until the point that it was too late. That was actually pretty well played by the Marder 3, and I just didn't see him. I was concentrating on a different area of the screen. So 300% RP booster wasted, right? No, because I actually purchased for Golden Eagles a backup, because I saw the situation coming and I don't want it to waste this tank. It is very controversial, I guess, in the comment section if this is how it should be, if this is another aspect of pay to win. But remember, I just bought this tank. I got it from Gaijin for the test drive, but imagine, I bought this tank, and well, I further can buy such a tank because I have no lineup. So I can use this tank once more, try to make a decisive difference within this game. Remember, so far, 1 shared cap and 1 kill. And that's not really satisfying for a 300% RP booster, is it? So now I try to repeat the same story, and this Marder, if you noticed here the kill messages, is wreaking havoc on my team. So I need to counterplay him with all my experience. But I'm blind again, and you have seen this guy, right? Yeah, I was blind, but okay, how he didn't see me, how he didn't expect me coming from this direction, I have no words. He had enough time to kill me, but I say thank you. So the magic of low tiers happens once more. Okay, enough of the trash talk, let's get back to work. So here I think to myself, well, what can I do? Can I really come from the road? I would be open to the direction of the enemy spawn. In fact, if you notice it, the enemy team possesses all 3 caps at the moment. So I am a bit under pressure because, you know, winning is also very important if you want to maximize your RP and silver line income. Yes, I'm in full grinding mode, I admit. And where is this Marder? Where is he? Come on. Let's have a look with the binoculars out from cover. There is a lot of smoke. And Shall I risk it? Shall I risk it getting into the cap? Nah, not now. And then I saw here the smoke from a muzzle flash, and that looks suspiciously like a mortar. One blind shot, misses, machine gun, yeah, 50 cals, and we knock out his crew. But he managed again to knock out a T-34, and while I might not be able to kill him, somebody else gets him. So now I risk it, and ooh, that was lucky. I got actually penned there a little bit by another mortar, but I need to fall back now. So while this tank doesn't have the best reverse gear, it is still better than not having one at all. That probably saved me here. That was stupid, that was risky, but you know, you have those moments. The cap is just a few meters away. And now a Gaijin's driving system on a hill, on a ridgeline, that's absolutely dreadful in those Shermans. And let's see if we can make a difference here. I'm playing with the thought of using here my smoke shells. But, you know, the Sherman has a fairly quick reload of 5 seconds. And those smoke shells, they just make it able for you to sneak into the cap. But where are the enemies? And there is customer number 1. And he sees me, but I'm faster on the trigger and I one-shot him. Beautiful there. So I had to reverse to get gun depression. And I thought there would be a second one, but I don't really care. The problem now is I don't play here fast enough. And in fact, my team captures now A. So I really played for it. I tried to make here a difference, killing the first, or helping in killing the first mortar that was so well played, and then also killing the second mortar. And yeah, just like Moses, I get into the Holy Land not in time, and so, yeah. Damn the RP. So I am just now sitting here again, and I'm just watching here the scenery, and this is probably a key aspect. I could run to B, try to cap it, but then I would have to cross the entirety of the open map, and that's not pretty promising in terms of survival. Trust me, this gets funny. So, just waiting. Oh my god, I was blind. I was so blind. So the T-50 just knocked out the Sonderkraftfahrzeug, the Puma, and now I dare to go in the open, and I wanna go to this little hill. I see that there is some action, and again it's very risky because I have no idea where the enemy is. I see that tracers from the machine guns go there, and I need to cover myself from the enemy spawn. So this is always a bit of a problem. Then I see the enemy and he goes up in flames just as I noticed him. So this rock is now very interesting because you are in hard and also visual cover. But I hear some engine noises, and hello there. So again, the not so great traverse with the turret traverse combined. I anticipate where he's going, and another kill. Good stuff. That was important. But what is that? Oh, this is too good. Now, the one thing about this tank that I really love is this low speed stabilizer. This gives you, in my opinion, especially in close quarters map, such a huge advantage. And I always love to have a heavy machine gun, an American 50 cal on top of my tank. That helps in so many situations so much. That is my personal opinion. It very often pays up. It very often pays off, but this Puma was just simply too fast, and I tried to machine gun him here, but it's not good enough. And while I hit him, and I probably knock out the gunner, he actually sneaks into the cap. Now, there are two problems now here. I have to get this guy before he caps. Number one, I have to do it without getting killed by him, or, which is more likely, by somebody that is just spawning behind me, because that's just how my luck works out, right? But he smoked up, and then an IL-2 kills him. Now, that is coming to point number 3, because now I can cap. I can cap now this cap for all myself, And as I just stated, caps wins games, but also caps give a lot of RP and civil lines. It's high risk, high reward. This T50 might just lower my overall income if he would join capping, but he chooses not to. I don't know why. Maybe he is greedy for all the kills. I don't mind. Second cap, good stuff. Okay, what to do right now? Well, my team is in heavy fighting around C and B, but if I can hold one of the 3 caps, that is a good contribution, a massive contribution for the rest of the match, and helps my team out greatly in theory. But this needs a lot of patience, a lot of situational and map awareness. The minimap is as important to watch as is the area around you. So I choose now again to go into the direction of this rock, and I think to myself, well, you know, an active defense is not so easy to distinguish from from attacking. Yeah, I know. But I think that I in the Stitch have a lot of advantage. The turret of the Sherman is fairly decently protected, and me stopping here is a big risk. So at the end I go into the ditch and I observe. And there is a muzzle flash. Okay, what is it? Where is he going? That's a lander gun. Can we spot him with the machine gun? No, it's not the case. Where is he? There he is. And we just penned his transmission. He fires on the move, miss, and I don't miss here, killing the M41M. Okay, very important kill. Dangerous gun on a decently mobile platform. And now I need to go into the city. Again, high risk here, showing broadside, if you will, to the enemy spawn. And this is more or less an open field. And I always have the misfortune of looking into the wrong direction. And this is where it gets then pretty funny, in my opinion. So there was just a whirlwind obliterating the IL-2, probably the guy that killed the Puma. And now I just try to get this guy. But this is also a bit of a channel. I'm easy to spot here, and I'm not quite sure what to go for. So there he is. Okay, I knocked out his turret crew, and no. Okay, he just threw himself at me, and then there is also this Italian tank that we knock out with one lucky shot. He knocks out our transmission, and now I have the fear that this whirlwind comes around the corner. I don't know if he has the information that I am immobilized, or he hopes that he can surprise me. 12 long seconds for repair. And there is the shadow of an enemy tank, and he just waits. I tried to bait him here with the heavy machine gun, and indeed the building collapses, and I massively screw up here this shot, and he bounces. I'm so lucky here. I'm so lucky here. And where is this whirlwind? I don't hear him, I don't see him. This is a situation that I don't like. So angling myself to both sides and reversing a little bit. The game is about to end. We have all 3 caps. So far, I don't want to die at the end, okay? And there he is. There he is. And he still had the damage from previously, so it was an easy kill. 10 kills in the new Chinese rank 2 premium, the M4A4. And if I would be a bit better in my aiming, I probably could have shot down here the spy plane with the heavy machine guns as well. So, a nice match. 2 caps, 10 kills, double ace. Sadly, no survivor because somebody played his mother very well. And at the end, I think it pays off. So, a 300% RP booster. What do you think is my reward? Well, the way that Gaijin is calculating the RP input or the reward, it only results for 59 or nearly 60,000 civil lines and just under 11,000 vehicle research. And this only because of the 300% RP booster. So the RP is normally what you get if you have this tank for yourself, if you bought it, because with the test drive you don't have the premium multipliers. And also the silver lines would be 120,000. So for 10 kills and 2 caps, that's a decent amount. And I hope you enjoyed this gameplay. I thoroughly was really... I felt the stress at the end of the gameplay, because you just don't want to screw it then up, because then you have this nice gameplay for YouTube. Having said this, that's it for me today. So thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Again, I hope that you enjoyed this gameplay. And if so, please give it a like. If you did, subscribe if you want to see more. And we'll see each other on the ways, in the skies, and on the battlefields of War Thunder.